Welcome back. It's Tobago Thursdays here on the Now Morning Show, and somebody who's definitely affected Trinidad and Tobago over the years was Tommy Joseph. And this morning we want to say thank you, Tommy from Tobago. Joining me via Zoom, we have Luther, King Luther himself, and Tommy Joseph, the man himself, joining us via Zoom to chat about thank you, Tommy from Tobago. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Pleasant good morning.
Good morning, workers. Good morning to you and your listeners.
It is an honor and a pleasure to have you both on with us this morning. Tommy, let me start with you. How you doing this morning?
Well, I'm up. I was rest last night. I'm feeling a little much better, and I also want to say a special good morning to you two rockers.
Blessings, Tommy. Tell us, give us an update regarding your health and the status of what's going on right now.
Well, I have a little improvement, but what happening is that the feet still giving trouble now. Remember, it's a stroke that have me down, and now I'm trying to recover. So the problem is this stroke that was affecting me still. When I went, the movements was doctors, then hospital, and then I communicate with people. And things seem to be improving a little bit.
All right. So since this stroke has happened, Tommy, have you been able to work at all?
Oh no working at all.
All right. And
around this time too, even the wife, she's not working again because she also, but I am not working.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the fundraisers that have happened so far. We had, thank you, Tommy. We had one in Cafe Blue the other day. There was one in South previously, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Carl Jacobs Avenue.
Yeah. And how was the turnout at that one?
Huh?
How was the turnout at that one?
Not bad at all. It was successful, and I must say thanks to all the entertainers who remember Tommy, and they came out to give that support. And I find it was great. It was very, very good.
All right. Luther, tell me about Sorry, Tommy, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that too. I want to thank some people who was involved in this team earlier than what happened now. Before it was I want to say thanks to people like Natalie Morales for getting involved with when the thing was now happening. And then that things that I did need and still need. And then I had George Gonzalez. I remember I worked with Mixed Nuts.
Yeah.
Right. So they was also involved.
Nice. And Luther, tell me about your involvement.
You mean like what?
All right. So Luther,
Yeah.
Luther, you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Tell me about your involvement.
Well, recognizing the need that Tommy had, it was just butted in my spirit to make a move and do something. So I contacted Frank Martino because we worked together for many, many years, Tommy and I with Frank and so on. And I feel that Frank should be involved in this. So I called Frank and tell him what I was thinking and so on. And he immediately jumped on and said, yes, this is something good and we should do it. And we took it from there. And he asked me to contact the artist and so I contact the artist and put the thing together. And then, we got to the stage where we had to do the commercials and so on. And I was there, held and everything right through.
All right, so Luther.
Stood up, Frank, that is, he secured the venue, Cafe Blues, and through Carl Jacobs, who was very generous to have given us the place and so on. And it was just like a blessing just following a blessing, following another blessing, because everything just went well. Nice. The people responded positively. It was very nice. As a matter of fact, some people couldn't get in because they got probably got to the venue too late. Too late would have been just after the show started, and the place was, actually sold out.
Nice.
So it was really, really, really good. Really,
all right. So Luther, tell me about the one.
And the show itself was a nice one.
All right, fantastic. Tell me about the one coming up in Tobago now.
Well, this when we started to do the Cafe Blue, Eastland or saw the ad, and she decided, hey, I got to be a part of this. This is Tommy, because she also worked at Spectacular for some time. And then she said, look, I must be in this. I must be involved in this. And she did the necessary work and contacted me, told me how she felt and so on. And I recognized that she was moved to do what she was doing. And I said, well, yeah, certainly. This is the day before the show, you know. And she got on and she really, really pushed, you know, to make it better. She organized and got contributions from people in Tobago. So when she came, she brought in contributions from Tobago and she performed and she prayed, and it was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. As a matter of fact, I was saying Trinidad has to be one of the best places in the world because Eastland transformed the venue into a church. We actually had church, we had service, you know, and that was amazing. We couldn't anticipate that, we couldn't plan that. It just had to be a divine intervention. God had to be doing that personally. We couldn't do that. Really, really beautiful. And the
Fantastic.
people just went with it. Just went with it. If you had taken a shot of that portion of the show when she was praying with Tommy and video that and send it out, nobody would know that it was a show. They would honestly believe that this was a session in the church. It was that good.
Well, I actually saw a video clip
And the
of
Tobago
that.
thing came about now when the passion continued.
Right.
When she saw how it went, Islam went back to Tobago and decided, listen, we have to get this thing in Tobago. It was too good. So Tobago must tell Tommy thanks. So I said, okay. And she put together the Tobago cast of Tobago artists. And I was very impressed with the cast that she put together. And you know, so I said, yes, this is nice. And she asked us, a few of us from Trinidad, to come up to the show and so on. And that's how it was. So I believe that, and I feel the same way about the Tobago vibe. I just feeling that something positive is happening and it's going to be nice. And I believe that Tommy deserves this kind of support because he gave so much of himself over the years. I feel that, yes, we should say thank you to Tommy.
Fully agreed. Tommy,
Yeah.
do you know who some of the people who are going to be appearing on the Tobago show are?
Well, I don't know if Luther have any of the names, but I don't have the name, but I know some of the people from Trinidad who will be going up, which of course include Crazy, Gypsy, well, of course, Eastland Hall. I will be glad for her. I want her to be there so
Yeah.
she could pray again because she have prayers, and that is good. Amen?
Amen. And the prayers seem to be working because I love the spirit and the energy
Well,
today.
Well, in Tobago, some of the artists we have Prince Unique, Ainsley K, Bin Libby, Leslie and Ellis, um, from memory, just from memory.
All right.
But I mean, top artists.
And
yeah?
tell me what's the cost of entrance to get into this event, where it's happening? I know it's happening next
What
Wednesday.
we saying, minimum contribution is $100, but we asking people not to limit themselves to that.
And where is it happening?
Apex in Tobago. Yeah.
All right.
It's
Tommy,
Grill and Bar, Apex Grill and Bar in Tobago.
nice. Tommy, I want to know, how do you feel getting this level of support and love from the community that you've worked with over all these years?
I'm a loving person, and the time I was doing my thing, it had people who would accept my performances, and seeing that this come and happen to me now, you could see that the people really want to make sure that I feel good, I get better, so I can continue doing what I'm doing. And as I speaking to you here now, I must tell you that Dwayne O'Connor and his son would be also in Tobago.
Nice. Nice. So you have the monarch joining you and a former monarch joining you as well. And I imagine it's a
Plenty
few
more.
former months.
Luther was one too, you know.
I know saying it's a few for, but I know if Luther performing, he didn't call his own name as one of the performers.
Sorry
But
about
gentlemen, let me say thank you for coming on the show this morning and for sharing this information with us. It's a minimum contribution of $100 happening at Apex in Tobago next Wednesday evening. What time is showtime?
Most likely must be 7 again. But listen, Rockers, what I want to say to, in Tobago, is having the jazz festival. And if people there on that same night, like let's say, well, next week, Wednesday, I would like people to come and give some support.
Support, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I understand the venue is a nice venue, spacious and accommodative. I have not been there. I don't know the place, but I've heard that it's a very nice place.
All right, and I look forward to you filling it up and the contributions rolling in. And if anybody wants to contribute outside of going to the actual show, how can they do so?
Well, Kenny Phillip is also, with WAC Radio, is also streaming. And we must say thanks to Kenny also. He has given, so much, not only to this, but in Trinidad and Tobago. But on this particular one, he has, really went overboard and, do everything to cover it. So on the Kenny Phillip WAC TV, you could make contributions via that platform also.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, very much for joining us on the show this morning.
WAC Radio is now, WAC Radio is you could see radio now. Visual radio, you call it. Yeah.
Right.
So it's going to be streamed. It's going to be streamed.
I didn't think Luther here.
Contributions via that platform. Yeah.
All right, Luther. Thank you guys so much for joining us this morning, and we look forward to the event next Wednesday. And Tommy, thank you from Trinidad and Tobago. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Joseph, living legend, and also King Luther, living legend. And of course, we head to Tobago at the Apex for a minimum contribution of $100 in support of Tommy Joseph's medical needs. So please come out and support if you definitely can. We take a quick break and come back with more. I think your birthday is up next, so stay tuned.